Imagine this for a second. You got this amazing idea, right? For a video, maybe a blog post, or even, a whole social media campaign not that long ago. That meant, well, settling in for hours of research, writing every single word, editing. Oh, the editing. And then hunting for visuals.
Yeah, the visual hunt. It was a marathon.
Totally exhausting. But now, here we are in 2025, and AI, artificial intelligence just fundamentally changed that whole game.
Oh, absolutely.
The speed, the quality AI brings now, it's not just handy, it feels like creative liberation.
It really is. The whole landscape has shifted dramatically.
Yeah.
The real challenge for creators now isn't really finding an AI tool. I mean, they're everywhere, right?
Right, there's a flood of them.
It's knowing which ones actually, deliver the goods, how to plug them into your workflow effectively, figuring out that strategic unlock for you.
And that is precisely why we're doing this deep dive. Think of this as your curated shortcut. We've kind of gone through the weeds, researching, testing dozens and dozens of these AI tools all across the content creation process.
A lot of testing.
Yeah. And we've boiled it down to, well, a powerful list of 9. 9 tools that aren't just making promises, they're like proven solutions, really designed to speed things up and make your content better.
So what this means for you, listening right now, is that by the end of this, you'll have kind of complete AI-powered system for creating content.
Right.
Imagine saving hours, literally hours, every single week, whether you're doing like short-form stuff, TikTok, Reels, YouTube Shorts, or, longer, more in-depth YouTube videos.
We're going to walk you through exactly how to use each one, when it's best to use them, and maybe most importantly, how to stack them, how to combine them for like maximum efficiency.
Yeah, the synergy is key. You're about to get equipped to make stuff that's not just faster, but honestly more engaging than maybe ever before.
Okay, let's dive in then. Tool number 1, kicking off our AI toolkit tour with a real powerhouse, ChatGPT 4.0.
The O model.
Yeah. Now, you might think, oh, another chatbot, right. But what makes this specific model, the 4.0, such a breakthrough in AI reasoning? For people listening who maybe aren't like super deep in the AI mechanics, what does chain of thought actually mean? And why is that such a big deal for content creators?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
Because it really gets to the heart of why GPT 4.0 is, well, different. When we talk about chain of thought, it means the AI isn't just, blurting out an answer.
Right.
It actually thinks through the problem step by step.
Yeah.
It outlines its own reasoning process before it gives you the final output.
Okay, so it shows its work, basically.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And for creators, that translates into incredibly powerful results, especially for complex tasks. Like, think about when you're dealing with visuals in your content.
That sounds super useful. And yeah, for video creators, I know one of the biggest time sinks, just tedious work, is finding B-roll footage.
Oh, yeah.
Trying to match clips to your script, manually searching YouTube. Ugh, that can just eat up hours. How does GPT 4.0 help with that?
It's honestly transformative for that specific pain point. You can feed it your entire video script, right?
Right.
With a prompt something like this.
Okay.
I'm writing a script for a short-form video. I need YouTube source links to help my editor visualize the script lines. By visualize, I mean the viewer hears my words and sees relevant visuals to help them understand. Give an example, like if I say, this woman founded computer science, I want a visual of Ada Lovelace with Babbage's engine.
Right. Specific examples help it.
Definitely. Then you say, can you find me 10 YouTube source links with B-roll clips for this script? And then you just paste your script right in.
Okay, so you paste the script, and what do you get back? Is it just a list of random videos, or is it actually useful for an editor?
No, it's genuinely actionable. What you get back is like a detailed, structured table.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. It includes 10 YouTube links, specific timestamp suggestions for where the clip might be,
Wow.
brief descriptions of the actual B-roll footage, and crucially, it maps directly to the lines in your script.
That's amazing. So it's not just saving time, like 30, 60 minutes per video.
Easily, sometimes more. But it's more than that. It frees up your editor to focus on the actual creative stuff, right? The pacing, the visual storytelling.
Yeah, they stop being a visual scavenger and become more like a visual architect.
Exactly. Lead visual architect. I like that. It's a profound shift.
Okay, so that's B-roll. Huge. But GPT-4 isn't just for visuals, right?
Right.
You also said it's kind of like having a research analyst for content ideas.
Absolutely. When you pair GPT-4's reasoning ability with its browse feature, the advanced one that lets it access the internet, it becomes this incredible research assistant.
Okay.
Think about brainstorming new video ideas for your niche. Instead of just staring at a blank page, you can give it a really detailed prompt, something like, I'm a content creator focused on your niche. Here's my channel link. I need new video ideas targeting my audience's biggest unmet needs or pain points.
And you tell it who your audience is.
Yep. Describe your audience. Then say, my channel shows which videos did well. Can you deep dive on my channel and others like it and give me 10 new video ideas? For each one, break down the core idea, a potential title, and why you think it would perform well for my channel.
That level of personalization is key. And here's a super important pro tip. This applies to almost any complex AI prompt, really. Always end your prompt with something like, feel free to ask me any clarifying questions before you run the full process.
Oh yeah, that's crucial.
It's simple, but it lets the AI basically say, hey, I need a bit more info on this, which just dramatically boosts the quality of what you get back.
Spot on. That little addition makes a world of difference.
Okay.
So you've got your great ideas, maybe even some B-roll leads from GPT-4o. The next step, turning concepts into scripts.
Right?
And while ChatGPT is amazing for research, this is where a specialized tool like sandcastles.ai comes in. It's specifically built for short-form video scripts.
Okay, sandcastles.ai. So how is it different?
The difference is kind of like comparing a Swiss Army knife to a surgeon's scalpel.
Ah, okay. Good analogy.
Both useful, right? But one is designed with absolute precision for one specific job. Sandcastles is that scalpel for short-form scripts.
Makes sense. So how do you actually start making a script in Sandcastles? What are the options?
It gives you 3 main ways in. First, there's script polishing. You paste in a rough draft you've already written, and it just cleans it up, improves the flow, punches up the hooks, makes the storytelling tighter.
Nice. Option 2.
Outline development. You feed it bullet points, maybe some notes, and it builds a full script only using the info you gave it. It won't just go off making stuff up.
Okay, that's good for control. And the third?
Single line expansion. This one's pretty cool for quick ideas. Give it just one sentence about your video concept, and Sandcastles actually goes out, does some research, and generates a whole script from that single line.
Wow, that's pretty versatile. But what really sets it apart from just trying to wrestle a script out of ChatGPT, what's its secret sauce?
I'd say it's advanced hooks engine. That's what really elevates it. Because we all know the first few seconds of your video, that's everything, right?
Totally. Make or break.
It determines if people stop scrolling or just keep swiping. Sandcastles gets this. After it generates your first draft, you can click this hooks module, and it offers you 4 proven styles. Question hooks, controversy hooks, story hooks, statistic hooks.
So it gives you tested options right away.
Exactly. Powerful tested options. And it's smart to, generate a couple of different hook variations and see which one feels right or performs best. Test them out.
And it doesn't just stop at the hook, right? I heard it helps with improving the script iteratively, too.
Yeah, it has built-in tools for iteration that actually show you the changes between versions, which is super helpful. And because it's specifically trained on, thousands of successful short-form videos, the structure it suggests is often much better, much more effective right out of the gate than trying to prompt a general AI from scratch.
It's like having a co-writer who already knows all the viral tricks.
Kind of, yeah. A co-writer who's seen what works. Now, once you've got these great scripts, the next big challenge is often figuring out what's actually resonating in your specific niche right now.
Competitor analysis.
Exactly. And historically, that meant, manually checking competitor accounts every day.
Scrolling forever.
Scrolling through hundreds of posts, trying to spot the viral ones by eye, comparing performance. I remember doing that. It took hours every week, and you still miss stuff.
It felt like digital detective work without any clues. So this is where sort feed comes in.
Yep. Sort feed basically solves that manual grind.
Okay, so it's like finding the needle in the TikTok haystack, finally. How do you get started with it? How does it cut through the noise?
It's really simple, actually. It's a Chrome extension, works for Instagram and TikTok. You just go to sortfeed.com, install it. Then you navigate to any profile you want to check out, competitor, inspiration, whatever, and click the little sort feed icon in your browser.
And what does that do?
It activates new sorting options right there on the profile's grid view.
Ah, okay. So once it's active, how do you use it to analyze someone's performance?
So you pick your competitor, right? Then you select your analysis time frame, maybe last 100 posts or last 3 months, something like that. Then you choose how you want to sort their content. By views, likes, comments, or even engagement rate, which is super useful.
Yeah.
You pick your metric, click activate, and bam, the profile grid just magically reorders itself, showing you their absolute top performing content right at the top.
Instant viral hits revealed. Okay, my mind immediately goes to, great, I see what worked for them. How do I use that for my stuff? Where do you look for patterns?
That's the key next step, right? Content planning. Once you have that sorted list, open up, say, the top 10 or 15 videos
Mm.
and really look for common threads.
Like what specifically?
Think about their hook styles, those opening lines. Are they asking questions, making bold claims, telling mini stories? Then look at the visuals editing style, fast cuts, color grading, graphics. What angles are they taking on topics? Even their calls to action. You start to see patterns emerge.
That pattern recognition is gold. And here's a pro tip for Salt Feed. Don't just look at one competitor. Do this for maybe 3 to 5 key players in your niche. Then step back. Look for the patterns that show up across multiple successful accounts. Those are usually the really proven formats and strategies worth adapting.
Absolutely. Solid advice. Okay, so now you've got winning ideas, winning styles.
Mm-hmm.
The next hurdle is bringing those visuals to life, especially if you need custom stuff.
Right, the visual creation part.
Exactly. And that's where a tool like create.A comes in. It tackles what's probably been the biggest headache in AI visuals lately.
Yeah.
Tool fragmentation.
Yeah, that's been annoying. Leading one tool for this image model, another for that video model,
Yeah.
copping around.
Total pain. Create tries to solve this by giving you access to, well, almost every major AI model. Daily 3, Midjourney Stable Diffusion for images, Kling, Runway Pika for video, all through one clean, streamlined interface.
Whoa, okay. So Krea isn't just another generator, it's more like a central command center for AI visuals. That model variety sounds like a massive plus.
It's definitely Krea's key advantage. When you're crafting a prompt, you can just instantly test it across different models right there. See which one nails the look you're going for, all without juggling multiple tabs or subscriptions.
Okay, that's efficient. So what's the most powerful workflow you've seen people use in Krea, especially for making custom B-roll?
The text-to-image-to-video workflow is incredibly powerful for that. Super effective for creating B-roll that perfectly matches your script's needs.
Text to image to video, how does that break down?
Okay, phase 1, image generation. You write a really detailed prompt like a glowing futuristic sneaker floating in a cyberpunk city at night, neon reflections, commercial photo style, something specific.
Gotcha.
Select your aspect ratio, probably 16.9 for video. Test the prompt across maybe 2 or 3 image models in Krea. See which style fits best. Generate maybe 4 to 6 variations of the image.
Okay, so you dial in the perfect still image first, then
Right.
you animate it.
Exactly. Phase 2, video animation. You pick the best still image you generated. Click over to Krea's Video tab. Choose your video model. Kling tends to be great for quality. Runway is often faster.
Mm-hmm.
And then you add motion prompts. You can tell it how you want the image to move. Gentle floating motion with subtle rotation. Or maybe dramatic zoom in with particle effects. Or smooth pan across the frame. Generate a few versions with different motions.
That's fantastic for creating really unique, bespoke visual elements that you just can't find anywhere else.
Totally. It's a huge step up for custom visuals. And speaking of big leaps in video, let's talk about Google Veo.
Ah, yes, Veo. What makes that one so revolutionary in the AI video world?
Veo feels like a major leap forward, yeah. Not just in generating the video itself, but in, the narrative potential. Unlike a lot of other AI video tools that just give you silent clips,
Right, which you then have to add sound to.
Veo automatically generates synchronized audio. We're talking dialogue, sound effects, even background music, all baked in.
Whoa, okay, that's big.
It is. But honestly, what really makes it stand out is how it handles consistency across different clips.
Consistency, yes. That's been the Achilles heel of AI video, right? Making sure your character or your setting looks the same from shot to shot. How does Veo fix that?
It uses something called ingredient mode. And this is a genuine breakthrough feature that directly tackles that continuity problem.
Ingredient mode. Okay, how does that work?
So imagine you generate your first video clip. Prompt might be an explorer in a khaki jacket exploring an ancient temple in the jungle.
Okay.
Veo is smart enough to identify the separate ingredients in that scene. The explorer, the specific khaki jacket, the temple, the jungle environment.
It breaks it down into components.
Exactly. Then, for your next clip, you can lock certain ingredients. You could prompt, same explorer, same jacket, now looking at an old map inside the temple. Or maybe, same temple, different angle, but now it's daytime.
Oh, wow. So you're basically carrying over the key elements. That allows for actual scene continuity, like building proper multi-shot sequences, not just random clips.
Precisely. That was nearly impossible before. It enables true scene continuity, which lets creators build actual narratives, not just montages. It's a fundamental shift for telling stories with AI visuals.
That really opens up possibilities, democratizes complex visual storytelling in a way. Okay, so Krea and Veo are amazing for video generation and convenience. But when it comes to just pure jaw-dropping image aesthetics, Midjourney still seems to have the edge, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think that's fair to say. When you're talking pure visual quality, that artistic flair, Midjourney is often still seen as like the gold standard.
Especially for social media where that initial visual pop is so crucial. What is it about Midjourney? Why does it still lead in just making beautiful pictures?
Well, its whole philosophy right from the beginning was focused primarily on aesthetics. It wasn't trying to do everything. It was obsessed with artistic output. And their latest version, V7, even has this unique personalization feature. You actually rate pairs of images it shows you. And over time, it learns your specific taste, your preferred color palettes, composition styles, lighting.
Whoa, it learns your personal aesthetic, like having your own AI art director trained by you.
Kind of, yeah. It's pretty cool. It tunes itself to your preferences.
Okay, so that's fascinating. But if Midjourney is king of stills, but not video, how do you make that work in a practical workflow? How do you get the best of everything?
The optimal workflow, for many people right now, is to play to each tool's strength. Create your stunning base images in Midjourney where aesthetics are top-notch.
Right.
Then export those high-quality images and bring them into a tool like Krea or Veo, specifically for the animation part.
So you've combined them, Midjourney for the beauty, Krea or Veo for the motion.
Exactly. Best of both worlds. You get that Midjourney look, but with dynamic movement.
Got it. And a quick practical tip I've found. Midjourney really struggles with rendering text accurately.
Oh yeah, text is tough for it.
So if you need something like a poster, an infographic, anything where clear text is important, you're usually way better off using a model like DALL-E 3, which conveniently you can access right inside Krea.
That's a great point.
Yeah.
Use the right tool for the job, especially with text. Okay, so we've covered a lot on visuals, idea generation, script refinement. But what about longer form writing? More nuanced creative stuff.
Right.
We know ChatGPT is great for research, but there's another model, Claude 3.5 Sonnet, that's really making a name for itself in a slightly different area.
Yes, Claude. I keep hearing it excels specifically at creative writing tasks. What gives it that edge, especially for things like maintaining a consistent voice or tone?
Claude's latest models just seem to be, well, significantly better tuned for creative writing, for storytelling, and maybe most importantly for creators building a brand, maintaining that consistent voice and tone across longer content pieces.
Okay.
And this is where its projects feature is really powerful. It lets you set up these ongoing projects where you define custom instructions up front, your brand voice, your target audience details, preferred format, stuff like that. It creates a dedicated, personalized writing space.
So it's not just a blank slate every time. It remembers your preferences for that specific project. And where does that personalization really make a difference in the workflow?
It really pays off during the editing and revision process, the iterative improvement. Here's how it works. You generate an initial script draft with Claude within your project. Then you go in and make your own edits, add your unique insights, tweak the phrasing like you normally would.
Okay, the human touch.
Right. Then you ask Claude to actually analyze the differences between the version you just edited and the original one it generated.
Whoa, it compares them.
Yeah. And then you give it the final instruction. Update your system instructions for this project to incorporate these preferences moving forward.
So it's actively learning from your specific edits on a deeper level. Not just the current request, but updating its core understanding of your style for that project.
Exactly. You repeat this process over time, and your Claude project gets increasingly personalized. It absorbs your style, your tone, even your favorite ways of phrasing things. Its first drafts just get better and better, closer to what you actually want, saving you tons of editing time down the road.
That's a continuous learning loop tailored just for you. Really powerful. Okay, fascinating stuff on writing. Finally, let's touch on something that feels very cutting edge, something leading creators are already using for serious scale. Automated avatar creation.
Yes, the avatar workflow.
Using that potent combo of Hagen and 11 Labs, this feels like the next frontier for creators who need to pump out high-volume content without, physically being on camera for every single video.
It absolutely is pushing the boundaries. The technology pairing here is pretty sophisticated. First, you've got 11 Labs for the voice.
Right, the voice cloning.
Incredibly realistic voice cloning.
Yeah.
You usually need to provide, say, 30 minutes to maybe 3 hours of clean audio recordings of your voice. And it creates a digital clone that captures your speech patterns, your inflections, even your emotional delivery. It's uncanny.
And then Hayden handles the visual part.
Exactly. Hagen creates the video avatar, it matches your appearance, it synchronizes the lip movements perfectly to the audio generated by 11 Labs, and it can even handle some basic gestures and facial expressions naturally.
Okay, so you set up your voice clone, you set up your visual avatar. What's the actual production workflow look like if you're using this to scale up content?
Generally, it goes something like this. Step 1, script development. You could use Sandcastles or Claude, like we talked about, to get that perfect script. Step 2, avatar generation. You take that final script, feed it into Hagen, connect your 11 Labs voice clone, and it generates the core avatar video, basically, you talking.
Okay, but that's just the avatar talking head, right? You need more.
Right. Step 3 is crucial, post-production. This is where the human creativity comes back in strongly. You take that avatar footage and you layer in all the other elements, B-roll you generated with Creo or Veo, graphics, text overlays, transitions, and you strategically cut between the avatar and those illustrative visuals to keep the viewer engaged so it doesn't just feel like a static talking head.
That editing part sounds key to making it feel dynamic and not, well, robotic. Are creators actually having success with this, or does it still feel a bit weird to audiences, that uncanny valley thing?
It's definitely improving fast. Many top creators are already using this successfully, producing like thousands of videos at scale.
Wow.
And their content really shows that if you set it up right and you're thoughtful about the editing, cutting to visuals, keeping the pace up, these AI avatars can be almost indistinguishable from traditional recordings for certain types of content.
That's incredible.
And quick bonus on 11 Labs, don't sleep on their sound effects generator. It's super powerful, but often overlooked. You just go to 11 Labs, select sound effects, type in literally any sound you can imagine. Keyboard typing in a quiet office, rain on a car windshield, busy coffee shop ambiance. It generates like 4 variations. You download the best one and boom, custom SFX for your videos.
That's a fantastic extra tool in the arsenal for production value. Wow. Okay, that's a truly comprehensive toolkit we've just walked through.
Yeah, quite a lineup.
And it's crystal clear from all this that these AI tools, they're really meant to be amplifiers, right? To enhance your creativity, your expertise, not to replace you.
Exactly. The most successful creators going forward are absolutely going to be the ones who master that blend, combining the efficiency of AI with their unique human insight, their storytelling skills, and that deep connection with their audience.
Couldn't agree more. The future of content creation. It's not coming, it's here now. And honestly, it's more accessible than it's ever been.
It really is democratizing things.
So our call to action for you listening is pretty simple. Just take action today. Pick one, maybe 2 tools from this deep dive that really jumped out at you, that fit a need in your workflow.
Don't try to boil the ocean.
Exactly. Start small. Set them up properly, learn them, and start integrating them. Your future self, the one saving hours and making better stuff, they'll thank you. And your audience will too for investing in learning these game-changing technologies.
Well said. And maybe, as a final thought to leave you with, something to ponder as you explore these tools. If AI can now create content, as we've seen, that's getting really close to human-made work, sometimes nearly indistinguishable, how does that reshape what's uniquely valuable about the human creator?
Interesting question.
Does our role maybe shift from just making the content to becoming more like master curators, ethical guides, visionary storytellers who deliberately infuse that human soul, that unique perspective, into the machine's output, ensuring that whatever we create still carries that unmistakable human spark?